Alright, hello YouTube, it's a Faceless Man here, and today is class number 2. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to use Robinhood, why I think Robinhood is still the best beginner investment app, and how to set up the drip program. So, again, first let me give you my thoughts on Robinhood. Now, there are many applications out there, M1 Finance, Dash App, all this other stuff, Weibo, and people are criticizing Robinhood. And honestly, Robinhood is still the best application to invest. They are the biggest growing company right now for zero commission fee. There are other ones that are getting up there, but people criticize Robinhood a lot, and they're saying they're getting their money stolen and all that stuff. That happens in every account. If people find out your information, people could hack your account. But you have to set up the two-step verification on Robinhood to be sure. Now, again, you have to set up all these safety features, guys. This is not Robinhood's fault. I think they should have a safer, setup. But again, it's not because they're hacking Robinhood. It's because they're hacking your email. People that do lose that money or they get their money stolen. M1 Finance is not as big as Robinhood yet. Robinhood didn't have problems like they do now because, again, they have a huge population now. So understand the bigger the company gets, the more problems they're going to have. So Robinhood's already big. Weibo, people are saying it's better, but once Weibo gets that big, it's going to start having problems. So again, that's why I still think Robinhood is the best app right now. I did check with my lawyer to check up all the fine print on it, and I still trust them. I have no problems yet. So I still feel good with Robinhood. Honestly, still the best free zero commission app for beginners. So let's start off how Robinhood is set up. So if you see here, you got your free stocks. If you click on that, you can copy your link and share it with someone so you can get a free stock and they can get a free stock. I will have my link in the description down below if you guys don't have Robinhood. Just if you want to help me out or you want to help somebody else out or yourself out, just click on the link down below and get your free application. So let's start off. This is where your percentages are. So as you see, this is the total amount I'm investing. Today I was down for $5.14, which was 0.16%. And then after hours, it was 0.05, which is, 0.06. All right, so now the next thing is the setup. So right here you got your daily tickering. Right here you can click on week, month, 3 months, 1 year, and overall. So it shows you how much you've progressed and how your stocks are doing. So it's really important to actually look at that. Over here you have your buying power. As you see, I only have 38 cents, but that's because I invest everything. Right here you got your cards, which is news. But honestly, guys, do not pay attention to any of this. All of this is crap. Sorry to sound bad about it, but all of this is crap. Do not pay attention to any of the news. It's useless information. Unless a stock is crashing or going bankrupt, that's the only time you should care. But all of this is just a bunch of BS. It's a bunch of, honestly, like I said, crap. It's not important at all. It doesn't help. A lot of it is not correct information. It's just a bunch of people trying to tell you how to think about the market, which is never accurate. So if you go scroll down here, you got your stocks. These are all the stocks you own. You could have multiples. For me, I only own 3. I don't own more than 5 stocks at a time. In all my portfolios, I do only own 3. See the first video of the class if you guys want more details on it. But yeah, you can actually click here. It tells you the last price, the equity percentage change, total gain loss, total percentage change. So for me, I just like seeing the last price. You could, again, click percentage change. Doesn't really matter. So if you click on the stock, I'm going to show you here. You can either click the little plus sign over here in the top if you want to add it to your stock list or your watch list. You look down here. I have the candle symbol. So I usually use the candles because for me, I know how to read candles more than just a line. It shows me, pretty much when it starts and when it falls, how it rises, all that stuff. But yeah, again, it tells you here the history of it. So again, it's pretty cool. If you scroll down here, the positions, it tells you how many shares you own. what you bought it at, what average cost, what today's return was, and what your total return is. Right here it tells you market value and portfolio diversity. So the market value is at 80.49, which is showing that it's at a good price right now, pretty much. Right here it tells you the activity. It shows you the upcoming dividend, which I'm going to be getting only 23 cents. But again, I have drip setup, which means that these 23 cents are going to be reinvested. And I'll show you how to set up drip right now after this. So if you scroll more down, I have reoccurring investments. This is where it pops out. The next is on 11/2. So it's going to be bi-weekly. I just set this up, as you see. It hasn't done it yet, but again, it's going to invest $10 every 2 weeks. I set that up with all my 3 stocks. And this is where you show it and how it does it. So if you go down here, it gives you the statistics. It shows you the open, shows you today's high, today's low, 52-week high, 52-week low. This is important here, the dividend yield, the payout ratio, market cap, average volume, and volume. Now the thing I pay attention to the most when I buy a stock, I look at the 52-week low and the 52-week high. If it's closer to the 52-week low, it's always a buy for me. If it's in between like it is right now, it's in between the 52-week high and the low, it's still buying for me. If it's closer to the 52-week high, then it's a little bit pricey for me, unless the stock is looking really optimistic. Now the dividend yield is pretty high. They do pay a monthly dividend. You also want to pay attention to the payout ratio. Now right here, it shows you, let's say, for every $100 they make, they're paying $43.52 of dividends, which is a little bit high. You want to make sure these are around in the 30s. But again, realty, I feel like, it's a bad time right now. They will recover from it, so it'll come down. If you come down here, it shows you the recent news. Again, don't want to pay attention to none of this crap. It's really not good information. Do not take information from pretty much anybody. You have to do your own research on everything. So it tells you right here the analysis. Some professionals, you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm air quoting it, tells you when to buy, when to hold, and when to sell. Again, do not pay attention to that unless the stock is collapsing. Right here, it just gives you some little articles of some people telling you the stuff. It's not important. Like I said, do not pay attention to the news. Right here, it's the quarterly earnings. As you see, it's been above expectations here, and it's been doing really well. So, you learn the quarterly earnings here. Again, it's good to know how to read charts, economics, to actually understand what this is. So, it's really important to know this stuff. If you scroll down, it kind of gives you what other people have bought. Again, don't go for that. Right here shows you the history of it. And then down here, it tells you about the company. So it just tells you what Realty Income is, the CEO, where it's located at, when it was founded, and how many employees it has. So, again, you have all that information there. Pretty much try to explain it as easy as I can. If you have any questions, please let me know. Now over here, when you click on trade, right here you have trade options. If you're a new investor, avoid trading options no matter what. Do not trade options. You will not make money, and you will lose a lot of money, especially if you're a new investor. Most people do. Again, sadly, a dude committed suicide because he didn't understand this. And don't do it. You only want to do buy and sometimes sell. But if you're a new investor, you just want to focus on buy. So when you buy, it tells you right here you can buy in dollars. These are fractional shares. So you can invest $1, $5, $10, or if you go up here, you can buy in shares. And this is how you buy either 1, 2, or 12, or whatever it is. You buy a bunch of shares, and then you review and you buy. Now, when you buy something, you want to either put a recurring investment here of how much you want to invest, a limit order. So if a stock, let's say right now it's at 60, if it drops down to like 55, it automatically buys it. A stop order is if it hits, like let's say you don't want to pay more than $62. If it hits 62, then it buys, and that's the limit you're going to buy at. So it's good to kind of know these things, but at the end, if you're buying into a good company, you shouldn't look at the price that you're buying at, because you're honestly just keeping it for the long term. So that is the trade. Now, if you're selling, It's one important thing to know. If you know a stock, let's say you paid $55 for it, and the most you're willing to lose is like $1, but now it's at 61. You can put a stop loss, or a stop order, and let's say the stock is at 61 right now. Let's say it starts collapsing and it hits 55, it automatically sells it for you. So that's how you do it. You have to click over here and stop order. That's important to do, because if a stock is going to crash, then you want to have a stop order. It's really, really good to have. And like that, you don't lose as much money as you should have. So that's important to know. So pay attention to that, guys. So far, if I've lost you, please, again, feel free to put down any questions down below. So now I'm going to talk about the drip. Alright guys, so I'm going to talk about setting up the drip. Now the way you set up the drip, you have to go all the way down here to the little person icon, click there. You have to go up here in this little corner, click on that, go to investing, then go all the way down here where it says dividend reinvestment. Right here, as you see, it's enabled. You edit the dividend reinvestment, and then you activate it for all of them. Once you activate it for all of them, that's when the drip is going to do its magic, pretty much. So what you're pretty much going to do with drip is going to be the dividends you get from the stocks that you currently own are going to be reinvested. And Robinhood added that when they did the fractional shares. So let's say you only have one stock and you only get 30 cents. That 30 cents, let's say if I get for Apple, it's going to be reinvested. So it's going to do it on itself. Once the dividend is paid, it's going to buy more of Apple. The more you have, the more you're going to get. So that's the good part about the drip. Now what the drip does is it helps you during tax season. If you reinvest what you get, then the taxes are going to be much, much lower than you would if you got that money as a gain. So again, it's really, really, really useful. So yeah, this is how you set up drip. Alright guys, so the last thing I want to talk about is having a plan. It's really important to have a plan. If you could only invest $50 a month, do that. If you could only invest $10, do that. But invest. Start off. Start your snowball effect. If you're a new investor, start it off like that. If you want to get into Apple and you can only invest $10 a month, then buy only $10 of Apple. You can do that here. You can buy fractional shares. And that is important. It's important to start. And that's what you guys need to do. Don't invest money you don't have. Do not get the premium. Do not get none of this stuff or borrow money to invest. Invest what you have. Take it slow. Set up a mentality. Set up a plan. Again, if you can only invest $50, then only invest $50. If you're not going to buy a full share of it, then don't. Just make sure you start getting fractional shares. And then eventually it's going to turn into a stock. When they pay a dividend, then you're going to get a little more and more and snowball it. Long-term investment means long-term investment. And I want to show you guys here in Robinhood that it's possible, that the little money you could invest will eventually roll into something big. The way I'm doing this right now is I'm only putting, $60 a month? That is not a lot. But I'm going to show you how the portfolio is going to grow on its own. It's going to grow slow right now, but I'm going to show you within 5 years, this thing is going to start snowballing. In 10 years, it's going to start going faster and faster. And in 15, 20 years, this thing is going to just take off. So yes, it's a long process, guys. It's not something that's going to make you rich right away. But that's the thing that I want you to understand. That it's not going to make you rich right away, but it's going to give you a stable income in the future. Just by investing $50, $60 a month. You don't have to invest a lot to actually be successful, guys. So again, I hope this video helped. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe. If you don't have Robinhood, please use the link in the description down below so we can both get a free stock, and like that we'll help each other. But if you have any questions, again, comment down below, or ask for my email or Instagram or something where I can try to communicate better with you. And I will do my best to actually help you as much as I can. So again, thank you guys for watching, and I will post another class video by the weekend. So if I don't do it this weekend, I will do it between Monday and Tuesday. But I am doing my best to try to help you guys as much as I can. So again, take the information, rewatch the first class, watch the second class, and hopefully it helps create great investors out of you guys. So again, thank you guys for watching, and I appreciate everything.